What's up everybody, Couch Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video, where in this video we're going to be breaking down the brand new agent, completely full leaked, abilities and all, no clickbait. We're going to be breaking down every single one of his abilities, and then telling you what we think overall of this character, how this character is going to affect the meta, and everything that you need to know about this new agent that is going to drop in the next couple of weeks. But there's only one way to get the leg up on your competition and master this agent right when it comes out, because on our Game Leap website we're gonna have tons of in-depth VODs pushed out instantly, and we're gonna do Radiant breakdowns and much more, so you can get a leg up on the competition and master this agent right away. So go check it out in the links down below. But without further ado, let's jump into this video. Now, we already knew that this was gonna be a stealth-based duelist slash lurker, according to what the Riot devs have already talked about before. But with this full reveal, we get a lot better picture about just what is this character. Now, the first thing that we need to showcase is the actual footsteps. Some of you might have seen these on Icebox before in previous leaks, but what this ability is it's a sound faker. You get 2 of these total, and you can press fire to just send it in a straight line, or you can pre-place it with the alternate fire and then press F to send it whenever you want to. And this is gonna make walking noises so that enemies just think that someone is there.
Приманка.
Now, on top of that, these footsteps can go through teleporter and make the regular teleport noise. And the big thing about this ability is it really messes with you on an axis that hasn't really been affected so far, the axis of sound, making you think that someone's around you or beside you or behind you, and you turn to challenge that angle, but no, this guy is just ready and waiting for you to go contest that. This is gonna be really important when we talk about some of his later on abilities and how they all combo together. But one of the things I'm really looking forward to in some ways and not looking forward to in other ways is the double fake TP, where an Omen will double fake TP on bind, and then this guy can send 2 of his legs through TP, and it literally sounds like 4 people went through TP when no one actually went through TP. Now, the next thing that we gotta talk about is his flash. Yes, we got another duelist with freaking flashes, just what we wanted, am I right? But there's 2 flashes total, and the way these flashes work are kind of interesting. You throw them and they actually arc, but when they hit a surface, they will bounce off, and it looks like they actually bounce the same amount no matter what. Maybe I'm wrong on this. We don't have enough footage to say for sure, but it looks like you could throw it on the floor and it can bounce up above your head. You could bounce it off walls, and that gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of ways to use this really creatively, and I really like that aspect of it. But if you throw it and it's in the air for too long, if it doesn't bounce off of anything, it will just disappear and it won't flash anybody. Now, I really like these flashes personally because of the implications for how they could work. You could be holding a tight angle and bounce it off the door frame to get right around the corner to potentially flash someone and then swing them with ease, and you can use it really aggressively. You could also just flash people by throwing it above, you know, like in the little windows when you're talking about something like Ascent B. You could bounce it up and back down. There's a lot of interesting ways that you can use this, and I like the fact that it's actually one of the best flashes for close range, it seems. Being able to run behind cover, or maybe like someone flashes you, like a Phoenix flashes you, you back up behind cover and you bounce the flash off of a wall as you're behind cover. It bounces, will flash the enemy Phoenix, and then you re-swing. That could be a really cool counter flash method, and I really like the close range outplay ability of this flash. This is probably one of my favorites, even though it's gonna be hard to know just how powerful it is until we see how easy it is to turn on and the different ways that people use it creatively. Now, the next ability we gotta talk about, we're starting to get in freaking nuts territory, because this guy has a goddamn teleporter. Now, you only get 1 charge of this, but you can set it to move in a straight line where it will just keep traveling in a straight line, what looks to be at walk speed, or maybe walk speed with a knife out, and when you press the button again, you will teleport right to wherever it ends up. You can also just set it stationary, and it will stay there, and you can go do your own thing, and then always just teleport right back to it. Now, here's the thing though. though. You have a little tiny bar you see above the ability in this clip or this footage, and that really last a long freaking time. You could actually like go on a really aggressive play, something similar to like a Phoenix Soul, right? Where you go and you lurk and you go make a play and you can always just teleport back. Now, the reason that this ability is so damn powerful is you can think about how powerful it is for lurking. Imagine you're watching the flank and you want to go, you know, lurk the enemy. You could just like go route yourself in a way, set your teleport down, route yourself to go get a kill. You get a kill on the enemy, and before enemies can come and like, you know, capsize on you, you just teleport right out of there. This is an ability that I have a lot of fear of because it just seems like it has the potential to be completely overpowered. I mean, think about using this teleporter with something like an op on defense. You're holding a really long sight line, you take that first op shot, and then boom, you teleport right out of there, and you're holding a completely different angle, maybe a completely different point or area altogether. I mean, the possibilities are endless for this type of ability, and it really seems like something that when people master it, it's gonna be really hard to know where this guy is and what he's doing. But I'm gonna break all that down when I talk about his cohesive kit at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned so you know exactly what to think about as far as this character in pro play and in your ranked meta play. Now moving on to the last part of this character's kit, and this one might be the craziest out of all of them, and it's his ultimate, which is gonna cost 7, and what this ultimate does is it puts you in a state of invisibility and invulnerability. You heard me right, you grab it and you're something akin to, you know, being like a Reyna in her ultimate when she gets a kill and she grabs that dismiss. Now that being said, there's several differences and there's several big important things that you need to think about when you're talking about this ultimate in particular. First off, you can just use it on demand, instantly going invisible and invulnerable. So you could use it to counter like joint rushes, or you could do it to counter something like a Raze Rocket. Whatever the case may be, being able to go invisible and invulnerable means that no matter what people are throwing at you, you can at the very least reposition and get out of danger. But you can always pop out of this ultimate whenever you want to, and while there is a delay, you could start firing again. So you could easily like use it, reposition, pop out, and be ready to frag the enemy. Now the thing is, enemies can still hear you, and that's something that's really important. At least that's what this Russian translation has told me. For preference, not all of these abilities might be exactly what I say because we just don't have a perfect translation. But from what we know right now, it seems that they can hear your footsteps. However, because you're completely invisible and invulnerable, you can use your other ability where you send out fake footsteps to really trick enemies. On top of that, because of the really delayed activation of the flash, you could like throw an arced flash, go invisible, it could pop against a wall, flash enemies, and you could pop out as you're turning around and kill the enemies once they're flashed. There's just a million different combos you could think about using this with the rest of your kit. Now that I broke down this character's kit, what are my first impressions? This character is absolute trash. No, I'm just kidding. This character's freaking insane. Now I really get why Riot preemptively said don't panic when we see the reveal of this character, and to trust them for not making a character intentionally overpowered so that, you know, people will want to get on the hype of the game or whatever the case may be. They said that preemptively so that they would build trust up because they already knew just how crazy we would think automatically that this character is, because, I mean, got flashes, got a teleportation, has ability to misdirect enemies, and you can just think about all these abilities going together. Opping will be absolutely nuts on him. The ability to escape is incredible. You can take long aggressive flanks or lurks, and you have multiple get out options between a teleport, between an invisibility immortality, between being able to flash enemies plus use footsteps to take a leg up in a 1v1. You probably are going to win the duels, and even if you don't, you always have a get out if things don't work correctly. Now, that being said, even though I think this character is really crazy, I'm really excited to have a character like this in the game because, like I said, it plays on an axis that we're not quite used to, messing with the sound that you hear, you know, you take sound for granted a lot of the time, and now you just can't take it for granted, and it's gonna be really punishing not being able to actually convert on this character. It's gonna also be very hard to refrag this character, so it's pretty interesting in that regard. And while this character might eventually need to be nerfed or whatever the case may be, I really like the design of the character. Really sick design. I like the graphics. I like the idea of the character, and I'm glad that they're at the very least pushing the bounds because I think that Valorant as a whole can have much crazier and interesting dynamic abilities. But definitely let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Do you think he's overpowered, underpowered? Do you like him, hate him? Tell me what you feel. But if you want to be prepared for the upcoming 5 Flash, Breach, Phoenix, Reyna, Skye, and this agent meta, then you gotta go to the Game Leap website in the links down below for in-depth advanced VOD reviews, tips and tricks, anti-flash guides, and much, much more. Do yourself a favor, go check it out in the links down below. But thank you so much for coming by, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you today. I love your faces. My name's Coach Mills, and I'll see you tomorrow.